Hello class. Today I'm going to go over completing the Notebook Basic assignment. Before you start any work, save in your folder. File, Save As. Leave the file name, which is Notebook Basic, and then you can take the rest of the text and just put your name. Instead of being downloaded into the Downloads folder, we're going to move it into the Documents and find our folder, and then we'll save it. It's now saved in the appropriate place. From here on, any work we'll do, we'll want to make sure we File, Save, or hit Command S so that we're updating the current version but not creating a new copy. Okay, so first page wants us to add our name using the pen tool. It's right here. So I'm just going to put it Lavka. I'm holding down the mouse to draw. Now, when I'm ready to select text or add a page or do something outside of the workspace, I need to make sure I go back to the Select tool. That will allow me to click on text or objects that are in the workspace. The directions here ask me to add a page to the file and label it Added Page. So I'm going to add a page here. I'm going to change the name of the page to Added Page. I'm also going to write that here on the workspace. Now I'm going to move it to the center, click on it one time, and enlarge the text. I also want the text to all be on one line, so I'm going to double click. Come here to the middle ball and stretch so that the text fits on one page, or one line rather. Alright, so I've completed the first set of directions. I'm now going to come to the next. The next page asks us to double click into the text to edit the paragraph for punctuation and grammar. Highlight important words, phrases in red. So at this point I need to double click into the text till I see a cursor. When I see a cursor, I can actually add to the text, I can delete text, and I can change color. So first I'm going to make a few grammatical corrections, and I'm just going to highlight a couple important words. Really the idea here is just to see that you know how to change color and font. Lose it. Next page, insert a picture from the gallery. We're going to come to the Gallery tab, come to the search bar, double click, and anything you want. I'm going to do football. I'm going to come down here to pictures. This might be folded, so we're going to drop it down to see the pictures. Click, drag, and drop. You can enlarge, and you've completed that exercise as well. I'm going to move to the next one, which asks me to clone the text. Now to clone the text, you're going to select the text. You're not going to double click, just a single click will allow you to manipulate the entire text box. With the drop down menu, I can clone a copy. And now I need to increase the size and change the color of this copied text. Again, without highlighting, I've now basically highlighted everything, all the text, and I'm going to change the color. And finally, I'm going to enlarge the text, just like it asked me to do. There we go. It's all on one line. However, I can double click and I can move the middle ball to change how many rows or how many lines the text takes. Now I can increase the size of the text even larger to fill up most of the page. On to complete the rest of the assignment with another video. So now I'm going to clone the entire page. So I'm not looking at anything on the workspace. Instead, I'm coming over to the thumbnail. I'm going to click on the drop down menu of the thumbnail, and I'm going to here clone the entire page. Alright, now that I've completed that, I'm going to move to the new page. I'm just going to label this for my own clarity, cloned page. And that's the name of that page. And it also asks me to put 4 balls in a row. When finished, group and lock the balls. To do that, create an infinite cloner. So to do that, yeah, we're going to need to create the infinite cloner by selecting the ball, drop down menu, infinite cloner. Now this ball is locked in place, but anytime I click and drag, I'm making a new copy of the ball that allows us to make copies very quickly. Now I'm going to undo that. So now that all balls can be moved around freely, I'm going to highlight, select, click and drag across, sweep across. Let me model that again. Sweep across all the objects to highlight all, a group. Now we're going to group them. Now that they're grouped, they basically look like one large object. I can move them all around, and then the last instruction after grouping was to lock in place. So I'm going to drop down menu, lock, and lock in place. Okay, so that does it for our first video. Please see part 2 for the next several slides.